The truncus. The truncus is similar to the rectangular hyperbola, but the only difference is, of course, that we are square in the x. Rectangular hyperbola had 1 on x, this one's 1 on x squared. So the graph looks like this. We still have an asymptote at x equals 0 and 1 at y equals 0. But it's always positive because once we square a negative number, we're going to get positive values all the time. Then we can change the rule, of course. This one here, the A, same thing, dilation. X minus B, same thing, translation along the x-axis, depending if it's positive or negative. And the C, translation along the y-axis, again, depending if it's positive or negative. Again, the asymptotes change, just like the rectangular hyperbola, to be B or C. Example 1, sketch the graph of y equals negative 1 divided by 2x plus 3 all squared minus 4. The asymptotes here is at x plus 3 equals 0, so x equals negative 3, and the y asymptote is at negative 4. So again, I'm just going to start sketching it and then work out if I need to work out any asymptotes. So there's my x and my y. I've got to go to negative 4, so negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 3 for the x, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. I'll just do a couple more, negative 4, negative 5, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now what I forgot to tell you was, if it's negative as this one is here, instead of being positive, graph like this, it's inverted in the x-axis. Okay, so this is the positive part, and this is the negative part if the graph is negative. Anyway, the asymptotes here are at x equals negative 3. I'll mark those in. X equals negative 3 and at y equals to negative 4. So I'll mark those in as well. Y equals negative 4. Okay, the graph, remember, it's a negative, so it's going to be this way in the bottom half of the x-axis, but the x-axis now is where the asymptotes are. So this one will be like this, and this one will be here, but it will cross on the y-axis. So we need to find where the y intercept, and put x equal to 0. So I get y equals negative 1, 2 times 0 plus 3 is 3, 3 squared is 9, minus 4. So I've got negative 1 on 18 minus 4. So our answer is negative 4 and 1 on 18. So I better put a negative 5 in here. So this one crosses negative 4 and 1 on 18 right here. Negative 4, 1 over 18. And the graph comes along the asymptote and like along that asymptote there. I'll extend this asymptote. And of course we label it. I'm just going to write it in green. So I get y equals negative 1 over 2 x plus 3 squared minus the 4. 5b questions.